planet Earth. The southern shores of the great inland sea that splits North America. And the tracks of the land's top predator. A Tyrannosaurus rex taking a swim. Hollow air-filled bones and powerful hind limbs make T.rex very effective swimmers. This is an adult male with his young family. His offspring are now just old enough to follow him on a journey to one of the many offshore islands that fringe this coast. It's a short enough crossing, but it can still be a dangerous one. A mosasaur, a giant marine lizard, over twice the size of a tyrannosaur and weighing over 15 tons. It's the largest predator on the planet. Turtles are normally on a mosasaur's menu. But this brood would make a welcome snack. An adult T.rex, even in water, could still defend itself very effectively. But the young must stay close. Tyrannosaurus rex often lose at least 2/3 of their original brood of 15 or so in the first year. Now there are only 4. The island offers safety and the promise of food. Giant 2-ton turtles are here to nest. But this is the one that has drawn him here. It's dead, and the tyrannosaur has smelt its rotting body. If he can just get to the underbelly, he will have over 2,000 pounds of easy meat. T.rex has the most powerful jaws in nature and can bite with the force of over 5 tons. The young are keen for a taste, but he's not sharing it. It's time for them to learn to hunt for themselves. The beach, however, doesn't look very promising. But as the evening approaches, things start to change. Baby turtles are beginning to hatch from the sand and rush down to the sea. The young T.rex have been brought to an ideal training ground. Hatchling turtles are the perfect size for a novice to tackle. It pays for any hunter to be inquisitive. There's a lot to learn. And there's enough food here to satisfy both parent and young. And if all else fails, you can always steal supper from someone else. Global temperatures are high. There are violent storms and torrential rains. Much of North America is covered by thick, lush forest. Here live some of the most gigantic plant eaters that have ever existed. And they, in turn, are prey for the most ferocious of hunters. Tyrannosaurus Rex. This old male has just brought down a Triceratops. But in doing so, he's been injured. T.rex are built for hunting large herbivores. And many of those have evolved heavy defensive weapons. Decades of battling armored prey has scarred his body. One battle even cost him the tip of his tail. These new injuries are more serious. At his great age, Infection is a real risk. River water could help to clean his wounds. He stands a good chance of living to fight another day. But that day could come sooner than expected. Another T.rex. A stranger. But this newcomer has a different smell. It's a female. She's younger and smaller. But nonetheless, she might also be a rival. He, however, makes it clear that he's not interested in fighting. He would prefer to mate. She seems to approve. The facial area of a tyrannosaur is very sensitive to touch. And they nuzzle. His great size and his battle scars are evidence that he is a survivor. And that, perhaps in her eyes, makes him an attractive partner. So they stay together, and in the coming weeks, they mate frequently. Eventually, she'll lay up to 15 eggs. And with them comes the promise of the next generation. Habitats that depend on fresh water can change rapidly and radically.